Let's evaluate these boys. Man, they had a tremendous performance. I mean, a near perfect outing. You scored this many touchdowns. I mean, 7 for 7 in the red zone. That accounts for a lot. I mean, they were just firing on all cylinders. Didn't score on every drive. Punted once. Only three total punts, I think, in this game. I think we punted once or twice. Not twice. And then they punted once. So crazy outcome. But this is peak efficiency. And let's give these boys their just desserts on offense, on defense. They were pushing, they were challenging, they were inspired. They were just going out there and playing with confidence, the utmost confidence, the utmost trust in each other. So um, let's see how these snaps were divvied up, because we had a lot of unknowns and a lot of guys who aren't considered stars show up. So let's evaluate them properly. What's up, it's your boy Cintron. Come back to doing another analysis video. To kid you not, that's the real name. Game ball 3 stars and snap count analysis. What the hell? We're gonna do it all. NFC Championship game, Eagles versus Commanders. So the Eagles dominate and win over the Commanders to advance to the Super Bowl with a collective effort. Just what I was talking about. I mean, see some guys, some faces you don't nearly see enough of in certain places. First out, let's start out with Jalen Hurts. He played majority of the snaps, only 5 seated to our backup, Kenny Pickett. And Kenny, he's handing the ball off and all that stuff, so nothing really to grade him on. But Jalen Hurts, man, superb. I think he had easily triple-digit pass rating. I think it might have been 111.5. But yeah, he was making all the plays and doing all the things that he wasn't supposed to be doing or wasn't capable of doing. Or so we heard from the national media, sports media. Wasn't able to throw the ball. Nah, he was doing it here, balling out and just being the supreme engineer of this offense. 20 of 28, and his numbers are insane. 0 picks in the last 9 games, 1 in the last 15. When they were the media couldn't get enough of lapping up this shit. Saying, oh, he has so many turnovers over his last 24 games. 24 turnovers in his last 24 games. Like, they could not get off that. And then, he's turnover adverse now, playing it safe. And you can see some of that when he didn't go, to AJ down the field on the one-on-one versus Lattimore. And you're like, is he trigger shy? No, he's just being smart. He doesn't trust what he's seeing. Doesn't believe that, separation is great enough to warrant, him throwing into that area of the field. He staved off and hit AJ on the next one. And there was clear separation. AJ, had the advantage of the route. Marshall Lattimore was looking like seemingly down instead of looking at the receiver trying to read, through his hands to try to affect the pass. He was just done, toasted. So, Jalen came out and had the perfect performance, and Nick Sirianni highlighted it in the ceremony afterwards. And he's a damn pretty good quarterback, ain't he? Anyways, let's get to Saquon Barkley. 52 snaps played. He had a low 15 carries for 118 yards. 3 TDs, though. He keyed us. First drive of the game, first play of the game for the Eagles on offense, and he takes it 60 yards, busts out of, running through and spinning out of tackles. One by Jeremy Chin, I think one by maybe Mike Sanderstill, and he's off to the fucking races, man. He just, he keyed us, in having that, that initial attack. And from then on, it was just lights out. We were just playing on one. And that's how, we played with that urgency today. And, how we should be, playing against most people, just dominating. And it really showed. Kenny Gainwell, he got knocked out of the game, but, he was giving us some hard-nosed snaps on special teams. Offense, not so much. Kyrie Blessing game, don't even remember seeing him in there, to be honest with you. But Will Shipley, this young rookie, 4 carries for 77 yards. Went on a 57-yard jaunt. Couldn't finish the job, but he did, I think, 2 carries later, burst into the end zone. Yeah, man, a guy that, next year is probably going to take a number 2 mantle. I don't think we re-up with Gainwell, just, because finance is going to be, in a pinch. all around the roster, and I just don't think we're trying to spare what Gainwell feels like maybe he should get 3 to 4 million. But man, can't say enough about Saquon. He just is Mr. Do It All. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the Super Bowl and seeing him run around that Chiefs defense in Kias once again. All right, wide receiver AJ Brown. 8 catches for 96 yards, I believe. 6 catches for 96 yards and a TD. He just was doing it all, and he finally showed up the way the media would want him to show up in a win, and he was able to affect us early on drives, and just getting the clean catches and the TD with the nice route, schooling the rookie Mike Sanders still out of Michigan. Just a beautiful day for him. Bounce back game, some would call it, but he was still out there. He blocked on the the initial play to Saquon, and somebody's blocking keyed that run, and he is fine just making plays. Like I love what Jalen said. I think, or Nick Sirianni said, we can go 300 passing and 1 yard rushing, or 200 yards rushing and 1 yard passing. As long as we win the game, we don't give a about statistics. Y'all, are hounding that shit, but we, or whatever. Devonta Smith had a nice reception on the sideline, a 20-yard, I believe. Toe drag swag where he was dragging his feet and able to stay in bounds. Some I think a jet sweeper too. So I mean he's crucial. John Dawson just getting calories out there, or burning calories. But he is important in some of the plays where he holds the backside of the defense. Johnny Wilson, he's in there for the blocking mostly, but interesting. Paris Campbell, I believe that was just the dead game snaps, but hey man, good to have him on the roster, just in case. Not the tight ends, Dallas Goedert, 58 snaps. I mean, he was just open, and I love how we show some concepts that we haven't really seen before. And one where he's threatening the flats and threatening the intermediate second level of the field, and their distraction routes around, so he's freed up. Beautiful. Grant Calcaterra might have gotten a look or two, but he just played his part and did better with some blocking. He's better in line and in motion across the formation. I would say a lot of times. EJ Jenkins, he was in there in the backups, but they were trying to get him unrattled. Like, man, fuck out of here. Can't say enough about this O-line. Jordan Mailata, clearing out the way. Awesome. Kai Becton, this thing, I don't think he's, saw him really as a liability this game. Tyler Steen playing in there with the starters because of Landon Dickerson going out and him starting at center. He quitted himself pretty nicely. Lane Johnson, pristine. Landon Dickerson, when he was in there. For center, I mean, he didn't do too bad. I'm glad to see that we have the versatility, and he isn't he's too far removed from his collegiate days, like, Florida State, woo. He can snap the ball. He's a behemoth, so it's difficult for him, I can imagine, to get down and, snap the ball evenly, but it is what it is. Cam Jurgens, came in and took over for him. I'm glad he was able to show that he could come in the game, and it wasn't like, just complete dead weight. Having him on the active roster. Fred Johnson, decent. Brett Toth, decent. But they were backup duty, so don't even want to call it. Nolan Smith, man, just played his ass off. Played a huge part in containing, bringing down Jaden Daniels. I mean, this guy is, he can't be a Twitter force, but they got to him early and often and made him, them contemplate a lot. Jalix Hunt, he played solidly against the run, and he's seemingly getting better, especially grateful for that this time of the year, the season late. He hasn't hitting the wall. He's continuing to improve. Josh Sweat, I mean, like he flashed. Definitely, a good cog in our system, but I'd have to go and look to see if he was really flashing hard. But yeah, he got some rest, so I was glad to see Bryce Huff in there. Yeah, man, get these guys out the game. play, the guys who are second string or underwhelming. Hey, it is what it is. But Nolan Smith leading the playoffs in sacks, love it. Interior defensive line, Jalen Carter. I mean, you just see him slapping the head of the, like what does it call it? What's the dude's name? Tyler Biotish, and him going down. Like, I thought it was like, I'm like, bro, stop flopping. I'm like, oh damn, get up, bro, because Jalen hit your ass pretty hard. But he was just keying things, being disruptive. Hopefully it carries over into the Super Bowl. Not worried about his performance per se, but worried about them gaming him up. So we'll see how that goes. But Williams was also very disruptive. I love what you saw from him because, I mean, he is playing in a contract year and he's trying to get every penny that he's worth. Oro Jomo didn't really notice him, to be honest. Jordan Davis, he popped even on 13 snaps. I love it, the low snap count. People are like, oh, he's not worth it. But showing that he can be effective in small number of doses. I mean, he looked powerful. Yeah, he he's bursting through the line, sacking Jaden Daniels. I mean, just awesome. All right, Zach Bond, just doing it all, punching out, catching up the receivers, saying, "Hey, I'm still here, bitch." Then recovering fumbles. When Oren Burks punches it out, these guys are just Johnny on the spot, and they just rally to the football. Oren Burks playing better. We'll see how he holds up in the Super Bowl against his, mini nemesis, Patrick Mahomes. But, Patty will be looking to exploit, any weaknesses, and if he shows some, he gonna get got. Don't really remember seeing Nicholas. I saw Nicholas Morrow once, Jeremiah Trotter, but it is what it is. Let's see, cornerback and safety, Quinyon Mitchell just locking shit down. Yeah, that 36-yard catch and run was against Darius Slade passing off to Zach Bond, so essentially a linebacker. But I love that Quinyon he's saving his best for the playoffs. 2 picks thus far, and that should hopefully boost his profile. But we'll see how they decide to vote for the Rookie of the Year. Cooper DeJean locking dudes down, playing outfield. That batted down pass he had against Eckler, huge. Reed Blankenship was just coming in and backing things up. Love that he recovered the fumble from Zach Bond on the sideline, and it was very similar to one that we forced against. It might have been the 49ers. Debo Samuels or somebody, we forced a fumble on the sideline. And Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, just playing in a 2-eye shell. Just he covers up a lot of things. He's gotten incrementally better since he was giving up touchdowns every game early in the season, left and right, to start games. But it is what it is. Darius Slade, nice. He was doing his thing, man. Didn't look old, didn't look tired, looked, rested for the most part, and I'm glad to see that, he's able to make contributions. Isaiah Rodgers, I think, was playing some, nickel snaps. He was playing, decent. Tristan McCullum didn't even notice him, to be honest. Sidney Brown, I saw him, Keeler Ringo, and Devontae Mattis came in and, just, holding down the fort. I like it. But Terry McLaurin lined up against Quinyon Mitchell on 36 of his 48 routes. And he only allowed 1 reception. What do you call it? And that was to McLaurin. I mean, yeah. So, fly Eagles fly. All right. Jalen Hurts, 3 stars. Saquon, 2. And then Quinyon, 1. Awesome. All right, man. Done evaluating these guys onto the film. I think if it's coming out this week, we're gonna change the format up after the Super Bowl. But we'll see what how that looks and who's coming in. Because the truth of the matter is that you're not even watching though. But it's all good. because I love making these videos and I love talking about the freaking stinking Philadelphia Eagles. So chunk the deuces officially, but as always, it's fly Eagles fly, and let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.